Hey, happy holidays. I hope you are enjoying this holiday season. I know it's so different than it's ever been, but we are making the most of it. So I hope you're having a good one. So it's time for Sunday Beanspiration. I'm back again. And this week is a little bit different because I kind of just wanted to raise awareness about something that's kind of come to my attention a lot recently. And so I'll tell you, I heard a story this week about actually somebody sent me a GoFundMe because a young person, teenager, had taken their life, and the family was unexpected, and therefore there was a big burden put on the family. But I wanted to kind of highlight teen suicide because I found it very, I mean, interesting, but in a bad, not like, ooh, concerning, I guess I should say, because for someone to be so young and feel so burdened by life that they couldn't bear it another moment. I find that to be very, very sad and heartbreaking. And so I wanted to just, since families, we may not be able to gather in large quantities, but we may be still seeing our family members, whether you're a parent of a young person, teenager, or if you're just like, auntie, uncle, cousin. I just wanted to encourage you to check in and see how they're doing. 2020 has been super challenging. Just for adults. So I can't imagine how it is for, young people who are like, scared, like concerned, and their life, their schedule, their, rituals and routines have been sort of disrupted. And so their life is not the same at all. So I wanted to share some statistics that I just did a little research just to see, is this really a thing? Because this is not the first time I've heard of this. I think the youngest I've heard was like 8 years old, and I'm like, whoa, that's really heavy, right? So statistics show 60% increase from 2007 to 2018 in suicide among the youth, and from ages 10 to 24. Just let that marinate for a second. So 10 out of every 100,000 youth are taking their lives. And so I wanted to encourage you to sort of reach out and have these conversations. Not that we want to put things in their heads that are not there, but sort of check in, see how they're doing, how they're feeling, how they're coping with things. If there's anything that's stressing them that they're concerned about, and just to let them know that you're there and you're an open ear, and you're a non-judgmental in a non-judgmental way, right? Because sometimes as parents we may be too close to the situation. So if you are a parent, certainly you want to reach out. But even if you're not a parent and of somebody who's in that age range, I would say even well into your 20s, right? So there's a lot of changes going on. There's a lot of stresses going on. Some of the warning signs: increased sadness, frequent hopelessness, withdrawal, complaining about not feeling well or just not being themselves. If they're declining in their schoolwork or anything that they sort of used to love or enjoy, the little things, if those things are no longer interesting them, that may be something to spark a conversation. And then like some more obvious things, maybe like violence and neglecting their physical appearance, if it's something that they were used to keep up. So those are just some warning signs. And so if you notice any of those things, it could be nothing, because teens tend to be quirky, as they are. I used to be one. And but these are just some things that you can sort of look out for. And again, just listen, encourage them, be helpful. And then if you do find anything, please try to get some help. There's a suicide hotline suicide hotline number is 1-800-273-TALK, right? 1-800-273-TALK. And so if you do happen to have these conversations, or you do want to just share something inspiring with them, I always like to turn to scripture for this. I'm no expert. I'm just a girl who loves God, and I love to, sort of share and apply these words to my life. And so, things get hard even for us as adults. So it doesn't hurt to sort of like encourage yourself as well. And so one scripture that I came up with was Second Corinthians 12:9. And it says, "My grace is all you need. My power works best in weaknesses. So now I'm glad to boast about my weaknesses so that the power of Christ can work through me." So it's basically saying, the first half was essentially Christ speaking. So my grace is all you need. My power works best in weaknesses. And so just know when you're weak, that's when, God is most near. That's when God can actually step in and show up and show out. And so it's always good to say, listen, God, I ain't got it today, but I know you do, right? So just know that when you're weak, that he is strong. And then also Psalm 13-14, and it says, probably Psalm chapter 13, verse 14. Psalm 139. Psalm 139, verse 13-14. I kind of freestyle today, so that's what you're getting. "So you made all of the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex." And this just goes to say, that God made each and every one of us, even if you're not a believer, I don't think most people imagine that they cause themselves to be here. And so, God made each and every one of us and made us perfect the way that we are, and made us for a purpose. And so we're just here to walk out that purpose, inspire one another, love one another, do the best that we can, and he will take care of the rest. So I hope this is encouraging to you, and I hope that you do, reach out to somebody young in your life that you're connected to. A lot of times when you're on the outside looking in, you may see things that even parents don't. So if you are someone who is just, connected to someone who has a young person in their life, please share this message. Please reach out and use this holiday season to sort of spread a little love and comfort to one another. Thank you so much. See you next time. Oh, don't forget to stay prayed up. See you next time.